watching your local television network, TSPN. And now back to Today's Seniors Living Well with your host, Laurie Webb.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Today's Seniors Living Well. And we've been doing a series, Aging Shouldn't Have to Be a Puzzle. We've been talking about services and things that help you solve the puzzle of aging. But one of our favorite segments is this one, where we talk to an actual senior who has solved the puzzle of aging and is living healthy and happy and active. And we certainly have one of those here with us today. Hi, Marge.
Hi, Laurie.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for enjoying me to come here today.
You are a senior, right?
Yes.
You're over 90, right?
Yes.
Do you want to tell us how much?
I'll be 92, born September 27, 1922.
Very good. And have you lived here in Amador your whole life?
Pardon?
Have you lived here in Amador your whole life?
A lifetime member of my family. I was born to John and Lynn Norado Neto, and I'm only the surviving sibling of the family of 5.
Wow. So tell us a little about what it was like living in Amador County that many years ago.
Well, I've seen a lot of changes, and we did not have the accommodation that the people have today. No electricity, kerosene lamps and candle lights were used, no heat in the house. All was done by wood stove, cooking done on the wood stove. I can remember my mother heating bricks in the stove to warm our beds in the wintertime.
Oh my goodness. I remember reading about that in Little House on the Prairie.
Yes, and then we were, along our longevity of living on that, we born on the Jackson Creek, was due to drinking the iron water and raising our own crops and vegetables, which were always processed for the winter months. Nothing was wasted, no pesticide was ever used. And of course, we worked hard with the family. And
you're saying that this is part of what contributes to your longevity?
Yes, the drinking of the iron water, and all the produce and everything was produced with the iron water from natural springs.
Natural springs, no pesticides.
No pesticides.
And always just minimally processed and put up for the winter.
Right.
Right.
And I did attend the Milford School, a small grade, 8th grade school. And in those days, means the transportation was on dirt roads. Our feet were our transportation. Graduated out of the Amador High School. And then after that, I took piano lessons from Miss Elizabeth Ivy Brubeck, and I assisted her.
Of the Brubeck family?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. In fact, Dave used to come in the back room and play the piano, pound on, and she used to say, Mrs. Margie, I don't know how I'm going to live with that kind of music. But today we know what Dave has shown in the years of his...
Oh, that's amazing.
And then after that, of course, got married and traveled with my husband during the World War II. He was posted in the United States most of the time. And so when he was sent overseas, I came home. Came home
to Jackson.
After that, we raised a family of 2, John and Al, which I'm proud parents, folks, of 5 grandkids and 6 great-grandkids.
And your family still lives in Amador County, right?
Yes. No, not my children. My children live out of town.
Your children? Oh, okay.
Out of town. And I want to give credit to a big asset to the Amador County, your Amador County Senior Center. There, folks, you can find many charitable organizations that help you go there to relax. And I was a volunteer with the late Fred Joyce when they're preparing their many delicious dinners. That
do you remember fundraising dinners?
Remember? And
there you were in the kitchen, making your magic. What do we call them? The magic carrots.
And then they all wanted our recipe, and remember you sold them for 10 cents.
Right.
So I was a volunteer cook with Fred in the preparing his pasta, making the marinade. Then on his late bus trips many bus trips, I volunteered to make cookies. And he always serves donuts at our break.
Right,
and so I would volunteer to make his delicious egg sandwich and tuna sandwiches and make cookies on a return trip.
So now, were those the one-day trips or the overnight?
That was the overnight trip.
The overnight
which
trips,
I really regret that I cannot take, and I give credit to Eileen for continuing with his efforts of making those bus trips.
Yeah, we really wanted to keep that going for Fred.
And I belong to the American Legion Auxiliary Post. I do a lot of volunteer work there. We prepare many dinners, delicious dinners for different organizations. We prepare the Memorial Big Day dinner and we serve over 200 people free of charge.
And that's coming up.
That's coming
at
up
the end of May.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, right.
And I also, during the year, we have one project of making pasties.
Pasties.
Pasties. That's our fundraiser, and that some of that money is given to students for scholarship.
So you all get together at the American Legion?
We work 3 days. It's a
Uh-huh.
3-day project.
Wow.
And now I also belong to the Sarah Madre, I'm a charter member of the Sarah Madre Garden Club that meet. In fact, I was there yesterday for a meeting, preparing for our big flower show that we put up in May.
Right.
At the first week in
First
May.
weekend of May.
With
right.
you folks generally to give us the building to
Right,
put all
right.
our things in.
All the exhibits.
And
yeah.
I was chairman for the wildflower exhibit for many years.
Oh, that amazing exhibit. And you used to go out there and collect wildflowers?
Oh, yes. It's surprising. One doesn't know how many wildflowers there are in our community.
Uh-huh.
And of all the exhibits that we have at that show, the wildflower exhibit is the most it's
Dramatic.
Dramatic and
Yeah.
distinguished one.
Yeah.
Because we gather over 200 species.
Right.
And,
My husband
and they're
couldn't
all
believe
marked.
that. Yeah. They're marked with their common and their technical name.
Right, the botanical name, right.
And
And that's a 3-day project.
Yeah.
And now another thing, we do not disturb the plants. We try to bring them in containers with their natural habitat.
right.
We do not put them in chlorine water.
Right.
We
right.
gather spring water, or we
Spring
go down
water.
to the river.
Right.
And all those flowers are put in the natural habitat that they live in.
And they last for the whole show. It's
Yes.
really amazing.
Yes, they do.
And the first time I saw that, I was just like, who picked all these flowers? But most of your pickers were seniors like you, right?
Oh, yes. They were pickers. Yes, in fact, the late Mr. Piratali started it, and that's how I learned from him.
To do it,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
And we do get a lot of nice awards for it. So I will say another thing, I enjoy coming to the center with their delicious meals, which I heard you in conversation with. Very cheap.
Yes.
All the activities that we elderly can come there and enjoy a day.
Right. I mean, like, you come for Pinochle.
I love pinochle
Yes.
and bingo. That's my favorite.
Yes. And I think on Thursday nights, you're there after me because you have a small private group of Pinochle
Yes, we
players.
do.
Which I think some people don't realize. If they wanted to have a private card party or a bunco party, they can come to the center and
Right.
we'll rent them a room. And
There's
you
a
guys,
lot of opportunity that the center
Right,
offers, and I
right,
just got to
right.
say thank you for you carrying on the footsteps of the late Fred Joyce, you and Eileen, to see that we seniors have that opportunity to come there and relax, even in the wintertime. Turn off our heaters to go up to the senior center and keep warm.
or during the summertime, turn off
Keep
your
cool.
AC and come stay cool. And I have to thank you, Marge, because you were part of that group that really got the center going when Mr. Joyce and Mr. Humphrey were trying to
Yes.
raise money, right?
Yes.
You were involved way back then.
Oh, yes.
And then, of course, with Mr. Joyce and all the dinners that we used to do, you know, let's see, I've been there 27 years, and we used to do 2 dinners a year, and you were always at that steam table scooping out spaghetti or
Yeah,
cordon
and you saw
bleu.
Fred and I, Fred with his delicious gravy.
Right,
And
his
folks,
gravy.
you know, he would never tell anybody that it was made out of venison.
Well, you just let the cat out of the bag. That's right, he didn't tell people
No,
that,
but he
'cause-
would make
yeah.
the gravy. But when Mr. Humphrey wasn't able to help him, I volunteered to assist
Right,
him. But he
right.
let me take care of the cooking and the pasta while he did his other chores.
Other stuff,
You
yeah,
folks fixed
yeah.
the salads and everything. It was
Yeah.
it was a joy working with your group.
Yeah,
We had- and with
that
the
was
wine,
so
our
fun.
wine.
Yeah, shh, Marge. So, what do you attribute some of your longevity to the way that you were raised and
Right.
the healthy lifetime. What do you say to people who say, oh, you know, I'm 80 years old and I can't do anything and
Oh, folks, you don't know. I forgot. We love to go camping and hunting and fishing. We love the outdoors of my family. We would enjoy our trips to Silver Lake. And I also had a background. My house was landscaped, a lot of flowers. I entered in the Amador Fair for over 28 years.
Uh-huh.
Come home with the best of the show, sweepstakes, all red and blue ribbons. And
you have quite the green thumb.
I had the green time.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I think keeping active.
Keeping active?
Don't live in the house and look at the TV.
Right.
The TV in my house could be put in a corner.
You hardly ever look at it.
I
And I'll
hardly
bet you
ever-
you don't have an iPad.
No.
No.
No internet. None
Do you
of-
have a smartphone?
No.
No.
I have a
But
cell
you're
phone
still
finally
very engaged in the community.
in the community.
And-
Keeping active.
You still do the pasties, right?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
everything.
Are you going to be doing the lunch on May 1st? That the
For
auxiliary's
Memorial
doing?
Day.
For the Veterans Fair, Terry and I were.
Yes, we will assist there.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
will serve that dinner.
So just keep moving. Now, and you've had some health challenges, may I say?
Pardon?
You've had some health challenges
Yes, well, that is why I had to give up. I had major surgery. I'm right today. You may call me the bionicle woman. I have 2 complete hip surgeries and 2 complete knee surgeries.
Uh-huh.
I've had one just about 5 months ago, my left knee.
And-
So that is why I cannot go to the bus trips. I had to give up a lot of my activity. But I do maintain my yard in the backyard.
You do.
Yes.
And you keep moving. And I think you're the only senior I know that gets a new car every year. What are you driving now?
I'm driving a Ford Escape. I do not buy a new car. I'm leasing a new car.
You're leasing a new car.
The last one I had only 2,500 miles on it. But my son said I had to have something more. Since I have my age, I had to have a car with heated seats. So
Heated seats.
I'm driving a Ford Escape now. I'm
Uh-huh.
able to drive.
Well, that's
and
a
I
good
still pick
car.
up my
That's good
friends,
mileage.
and we keep active going to parties, pinochle to home parties.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it. You got to keep active
Yeah, I know that.
and watch your diet.
And watch your diet. That's right. Well, Marge, thank you so much for being here. It was just a delight, and I feel so lucky to see you so often at the Senior Center. It's just a pleasure for me.
Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you, Laurie, for inviting me here today. I love you.
Thank you. All right, stay tuned. We're going to come back and talk about another opportunity here in the county to volunteer.